Hey guys, Christina Ritchie. If you want more pars, join me for this awesome at-home training. Today we're going to talk about impact. What is your club face doing at the point of impact in relation to your hands? Are your hands ahead, behind, or in line? And the first thing to check is your grip. All right, your grip determines what your lead wrist is doing at impact. All right, the lead wrist and club face are pals. So you need to know, do you have a weak, neutral, or strong grip? Because that's greatly going to affect what your lead wrist does throughout the swing. All right, so let's first identify what grip you have. All right, so this would be considered a weak grip, where the lines created by your thumb and index point to your front shoulder. This would be more of a neutral grip, where it's pointing to your midline. And then this would be a stronger grip, where you can see a lot of the top of your glove, and your line created by your thumb and index is pointing to your back shoulder. All right, this presets the club face square, so you don't have to add as much flexion coming through. Now, flexion is this with the wrist. So if you have a weak grip, in order to square this face, we're just going to be talking about the lead hand here, you have to add a lot of flexion to square the face. So flexion is where the wrist goes down like this, knuckles down, top of your hand down. That squares the face. All right. A stronger grip presets the club face square, so as you come down, you don't have to add as much flexion. And if you have a neutral grip, it's more in between. All right. So some flexion, but not a ton. All right. So it's really important to match up what your grip is to your lead wrist flexion to square the face. So if you have a weak grip, you're going to need to add a lot of wrist flexion. So this is wrist flexion, and this is cupping. Cupping opens the face, flexing squares the face, or shuts the face if you overdo it. And if you have a weak grip, you're going to have a lot of lead wrist flexion to square the face. If you have a strong grip, that kind of presets the club face square, so as you come down, you don't have to add as much flexion. So that's really good for a player that struggles with this. And if you have a neutral grip, it's kind of in between, Goldilocks and the 3 wrist flex. You still have to have some flexion, but not as much as a weak grip. All right, what we're going to do first is we are going to get hack working, because we're going to identify what you are today with your wrist conditions at address, at the top of your swing, and at impact. All right, based on your grip. So I like to put hack on first, like that. This wire is facing in towards the glove. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and start Hackmotion here. It's so easy to use. All right, it's going to connect. It's already connected. All right, I just pressed the little button there to turn it on. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the hack on first, and then slide my hand through the glove, close the glove up, close hack up. It's easy as that. Goes on like a wristwatch. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. Now we got to calibrate. And that's it. Then you're going to start moving. All right, so you can see. Look, boom. So then you just press start practicing. It's easy as that. All right, and you got the nice big screen here. All right, so the T's represent a ball to your brain. All right, so you'll make a real swing. That is the point. So let's just assess right now. Take your normal grip and hit 5 swings, and then let's take a look at what your pattern is with your flexion and extension at address, at the top of your swing, and most importantly at impact. All right, so you'll hear the little ding. All right, now we're talking. So minus 11 at impact, 23 at address, negative 3 at the top. All right, so address, you're going to have more extension. With a stronger grip, you're going to have more cupping, extension. All right, that's just the nature of the grip. You're going to have the most extension with a strong grip. All right, so what are we looking for with our numbers? All right, so let's use a strong grip as an example. At address, you'll have between 30 and 40 degrees of extension. Again, extension is the cupping of the wrist. And when you have a strong grip, you're going to have more extension naturally. All right, so say you have 30 degrees of extension. As you get to the top, you want to lessen that by 10. So say you'll have 20 at the top, and at impact, you'll have 10. All right, so increments of 10 is an easy way to analyze the data, especially for newer players, so you really understand how to square the club face. All right, squaring the club face is the most important thing you do, so you can get center face. All right, the good thing about Hackmotion, it alerts you if you're out of range. All right, so just to recap, when you're using Hack, the most important thing is relative to your address position, what is your flexion and extension at impact. All right, they also measure the top. But from address top to impact, what is your range? Are you decreasing your extension or increasing your extension? All right, players go off by increasing the extension so the wrist gets cupped. All right, so extension opens the face, flexion squares and then closes the face. Extension opens the face, flexion helps to square the face.